We move. Fuck yeah. Let's get back on track. It's been a while. It's been since, like, Thursday? Yeah. Alright, where do we leave off? In the trash, I believe. In the big secret dumpster beneath the school. Yep, here we are. After the trial went sideways, we got judged guilty for murder we didn't commit. After we saw an alternate future play out where Kyoko got just guilty for the same murder that she didn't commit, we think. Maybe she did. We saw her die, and then there was a quick little flash of what if that had happened, where Toko dies and literally every guy has a kid with Hina. What a slut. Am I right? But no, we got to replay that and pick a different route, and we got found guilty, and then at the last second, Chihiro, the spirit of Chihiro, alter ego, had infiltrated the network and sacrificed itself to save us. So instead of being crushed to death, we were tossed into the big corpse dump underneath the school, where I assume we're about to find the remains of all the other dead students. The Mondo butter. The burnt Celeste. Perhaps. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Somehow we survived the fall, even though it seems quite long. But let's look around for a bit. Let's see what we can find here. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? I also see that everybody started playing this after I did. It's like Game Grumps started a playthrough right at the same time, and now Terry Crews is playing it for like charity? That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Why not? I'd say it's pretty important. That's a desk. Oh, that's the desk. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. That's right. Which, I don't know. Were we tied to it? Rattle, rattle. It's locked. Rattle, rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, might as well make myself comfortable. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I could drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. That's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, I felt very embarrassed. The next thing I decided to do was masturbate. Go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little... Oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry. What little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It's like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Got crunch. Oh shit. What the? Strange sounds pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. But what could it have been? Is it the other students' garbage? Or is it supplies? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that tumbled down here with me. A giant piece of trash? Rude. It's Kyoko! Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Fuck yeah. Emergency food. This place smells awful. Kyoko! You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I sure am glad to hear that, Kyoko. Hey, Brenda. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. Ugh. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. It's my water and buns. Go ahead, eat my buns. You can talk once you're finished. Nom nom nom, thank you. Nom nom nom. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. You still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. I could just keep going and going, Kyoko. I swear to God. Looks like it's just the two of us. Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me? To pay a debt. Oh no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Well, I did, and then we saw the alternate future where you fucking died. Even though my only proof that it could have been you was anecdotal, and you could have just said, no, that's wrong. And then it would have been refuted. The only reason you got convicted was because you, for some fucking reason, owned up to it. You said, oh, that's right. I have a key. I have a way to get in through locked doors. That's right. I can't show it to anyone. No one knows what it is. Or what it looks like. The only one who knows about it is Makoto. But I'm just gonna go ahead and agree that that is true. And as such, you will all find me guilty and I will die. That's what happened. That was really dumb of you. And as a result, Hina had to be everyone's wife. Which is kind of hot in its own way. You know? So, it's just a little bit. Anyway. So, you knew that I knew. But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. I like that, though. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. Shut up. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. But listen. Not that I'm trying to make excuses, but here comes an excuse. There was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Sure, what is it? Why did you have to survive? I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak.
Yeah.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Yes, once. Not twice. Just once. Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But it's almost like we've talked about you having memory loss. Isn't that crazy how that all ties together? Is it really true you lost your memory? Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this ski? First thing? You talk about when we fainted, right? Well, I don't know that that happened to everyone. It happened to me. I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this ski, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? A swift bonk on the head should do the trick. Strange, innit? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. You're saying you think you lost your memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. Did you just say memory? Yes. But why would they want to do that? It's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. Then why even take you? Why not just someone else? So the mastermind just stole them from you? And it would also mean, somehow, my memories may have been connected to the mystery of this skew and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, then why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you? If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What? Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. It's just a theory. A game theory. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind. One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, well, she obviously doesn't believe it's us. Because she's saving us. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself. That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself. Which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here. Maybe I am the mastermind. Gah! Chaos control. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen? Are you okay? You kinda zonked out there. Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
No.
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
So,
I know I never asked you for help right away, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just a personality. Alright. She's just kind of naturally a bitch about it. We check the trash. There's an unbelievable amount of trash here. Well, I mean, unbelievable. That's a strong word. There's a couple bags. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own, so how'd that turn out? How did that turn out, champ? Were you able to remember anything? I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I am the ultimate detective. You don't fucking say! Oh my god, that's the least mind-blowing thing I have ever fucking heard. This is so stupid. Like, that's what you... They took your memory, so you don't remember that you're the ultimate detective. You just so happened to be doing all the detective work in this entire game. Like, examining bodies and looking for clues and, I don't know, being really good at detective work. So they took away they made you forget that you were the ultimate detective, but they didn't take away any of your detective skills. The ultimate detective? This is mind-blowing. This changes everything. And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in this school. To find someone? Who? It was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh my god! Holy shit! What? I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? And that explains nothing, really. When Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster. No matter the cost. Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I had seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there? The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right? That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I had found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map? It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that... Oh my god, stop talking, please. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there. But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean? I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get the chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. Really ominous. We should kiss real quick. I mean, that's the least we could do, right? But I just talked to her! Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikosaba, doesn't it? Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikosaba was to get me killed. Get you killed? I stole that key and disappeared, and in in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. I mean, because of the school regulations? Exactly. Exactamundo. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore the Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules. But with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves are somewhat bound with the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikosaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. Wing, wing, wing. I could have become the victim? You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean that one flashback we've shown possibly 20 times? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. This is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow across the whatever. And I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into a room. Oh my god, stop showing it. I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course. That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to murder. Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead. And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to do with the work of the mastermind, and an attempt to class trial to eliminate me. Woo! So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. It's someone who's willing to kill a chicken. A true monster. But that's really bad if it's true. That it means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right? You're right, that is a contradiction. It's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but it seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean? It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh? Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the ultimate despair. You're their ultimate despair. There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not. Think about it. The ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right. The Holocaust. It happened a year ago. In 2009. The tragedy. Whoever is responsible for that. I'll get you, Adolf Hitler. They're the ultimate despair. That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Chapter 5. Pain of a junk food junkie. I don't think I understand the name of that chapter. To be continued. You got a peener. Yeah. It's the ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. strategy. Tragedy? Strategy. I mix them up all the time. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. The enemy has finally been revealed. Well, not really, but right now. Looks like it's just the two of us. Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. You have the key, right? Rattle, rattle. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. We have to... Kyoko, do you still have the one thing? Ah, yes. My peener. Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room? Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right? That's right. We should be able to use that on the door, right? Fuck yeah! Woo! Hey Kyoko, we can use the key of yours to open this door, right? Let's find out. Kyoko, it doesn't look awfully consider it's like a universal key, a skeleton key. It looks kind of simple. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click. Yes, it opened. And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. Quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Yup. Now where are we? Finally. We're finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. I believe this is the last chapter. Right? After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel, extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Hell yeah. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. Now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You're single by any chance? You said you were the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. Well, you can't remember. We just covered this. You have amnesia. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Oh, but how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So... Uh-oh. What happened? Why did that get minimized? Huh. Strange. Huh? But how come? It's like, right, yes. Because we take pride in it. Pride? A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. But then how do you get hired? A conscious effort? It's kind of old-fashioned, but I cannot say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose. To protect the pride of her family. Tee-hee-hee, and yet, I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you had to enter, was because reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you're reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There's something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it? I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future, but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to me grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there's a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell is that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative, more emotional. Real bitch. Yap, yap, yap. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really? The way everyone else looked at me. They talk so much in this game, I can't fucking believe it. Do writers think people want this? This constant jibber jabbering? I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. What? I need to step out of this shadow. I need him out of my life. I'm sick of it. Oh, there it is. That's why I have to find him and tell him there's no long family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, just cut him off. But our connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. In blood? Is blood really enough to call someone family? Well, it's kind of the definition. I mean, you can become family without being blood related, but by default, if you're blood related, then you're just like your family. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond, so I farted. I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Good Christ! God, just imagine how sore your legs would have to be. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back. Remember that hatch in the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier. So it should be open without much should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. Raised my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. No dice, we'll have to go back down. The hatch opened with ease, and so. Fuck yeah. Looks like we're back. Oh wait, but I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. Just kiss me, you fool. I was just returning the favor. Kiss me. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out... And I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might... You're worried? Yeah, of course. Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh? Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's... If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time until we're found out, and it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying that... So you're saying that stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. I have to text my mom just a second. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind's ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean? The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the main mastermind let their guard down. There was? If we could talk to Monokuma, we could confirm it. It'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little... No, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we? Monokuma should be in the gym. Let's get moving. Why? Why? Why do you say that? Leave the area? Yes. What time is it? Can we talk to people? Hey, hero, I'm alive. Need to go to the gym to Monokuma. Fuck you. Goddamn spoil sport. You're no fun, you know that, Kyoko? You used to be cool. And then you remembered your identity. Hey, 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 hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much, but Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you? So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I'm gonna punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko! Do whatever you feel you have to. What? But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that? Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me. I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about? But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The result of that trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and tried to execute him! You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. Never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid, even after you had killed it. Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't Mukuro. You did. So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know was something. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto? And you can prove this, right? No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence? I don't have any right now, but with a little more time I guarantee I'll find some. Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk some kind of famous detective type. Well, I am a famous detective type. If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution, would have tried to run and hide. You would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire. And here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence? It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh? Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right. Despair can never kill hope. Grrr. Of course, you could say we're just making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Grrr. If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suspect you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours? To do Makuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial. Let's have one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Well, that will make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this will be your chance to expose the true identity of Makuro's killer and the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Very. Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you've suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax. Does that mean you accept? If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it will cost you unbearable despair, right? And I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Well, you're hoping out, or will my despair claim victory? I love this. Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. We'll still have a shot at this. But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is... Wait, whoops. Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end. So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries. That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. That's what we've been trying to do all along. Well, good. Let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you'll win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? Hey, I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. We've uncovered every last truth. How will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Wait, what? Is that a correct sentence? How will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Yeah, that's what she said. I honestly can't believe this has all how this has all turned out. No. Before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held. I remember that for sure. For sure. So what? No. I just want to confirm. That is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. Hehehe, you don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Makuro is no exception for that. Huh? Makuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations, which would have to mean that whoever killed Makuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. Polarizing? But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's the hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to make a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What? Are you telling the truth? Why'd he go all quiet all of a sudden? Boo-hoo. I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair. Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Shut up. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away, and just like that, we were out of the gym. Kissing time? I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. I'm wrapped in the wires. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. By debt, I mean cheeks. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they? They had no choice but to accept. Well, you just said you weren't sure that they were gonna. It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down the guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down? I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast their school live to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that. And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable. You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off. And yet somehow, the mastermind was able to do it. Well, if we're believing it. But, think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. Wanted to show the world? The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody. Well, I don't think anyone was killing each other because of the regulations. We're killing each other because they keep bribing us with stupid consequences. I suppose the regulations are the place where the rules for how to graduate are, but yeah, okay, fine. It's like regulations are the rules of the game. Yeah. Whatever. So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why? To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point. The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right? And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, Mastermind wants the world to see that. Let's try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal. That's the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous. I agree. You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group, whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer? I know how angry it must make you. And yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What? Because the goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter. At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves. That is precisely the reason. So no matter what may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of the regulations. Kyoko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. So instead they tried to use the class trial, following all the proper rules to get me killed. Oh, whoops. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer. They made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work. Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion. To prove the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form. It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge. Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. Maybe I was the ultimate gambler all along. Ha ha ha. Fuck you, Celeste. But looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time. Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win. Oh my god. Quit all the fucking jabbering. But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell everyone what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone? Is that really possible? Huh? Anyway, now we have to go find the others. They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? My god, finally shuts the fuck up. Time for some Mono machine. Hell yeah. Always time for that. Do I have any money? Yeah, hell yeah. Food. That's where he fooled me. A thing. Chin drill. A big flower. What is that? A gun? A ring for Celeste. Fuck yeah, dude. Lucky again! Holy shit. Bird seeds. boxing gloves. Probably for Sakura. Got an achievement. Ooh, for me? A animal magazine. Final pull. Here we go. What the fuck is that? Lucky? No. So there's some reason you would need to search my room. Come on, we need to keep looking. For what? This is Hero's room. Is he inside? Knock knock. Knock knock.
No.
Don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Well, if we're looking for all of them, then they're probably in the dining hall. In the bath? Are they having an orgy without me? Those bastards. And suddenly, we were greeted with... fucking Monokuma. Skirtigaff niff niff niff. You again. Niff 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 niff. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck? Wonder what that was all. I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah! All our friends! Is that Makoto? Okay. Happy reuniting. In just a second, I have to go pee-pee. I'm back. Let's do this. Woo! Is that Makoto? You guys! It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto! Huh? You survived? Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that? I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right? Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. Hina was already pregnant. It was kind of crazy. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. What? What's that smell? Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. It smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Man, what good friends I have. Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world, you dumb fuck. Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo! No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? That does sound familiar. Who the fuck is Miss Cleo? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life. Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Thanks. Let's talk to Kyoko first. You stink. Are you rotten? Rotten. Physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. This smell is so smelly. Oh, super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find new clues? There's no time to... Fuck. There's no time to indulge in extended happy reunion. You need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma. Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you? That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial? We're going to redo Mukuro's trial. What? Seriously? What's the point of me doing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you. Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it? What's she saying? What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Makuro? He would never! The mastermind is such a nice guy! That's right. That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it. But his decision meant that he would be the one to die. You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? Make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know. But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you? Very observant of you. I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to. Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now? It's about who killed Makuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. Well, it's more to it than that, correct? Well, the mastermind broke their own rules. They broke the regulations by executing us. But that's really all we have to prove. We only have to prove that we're innocent, and that means the mastermind broke their own rules. There's really no reason to go beyond that, but I'm guessing we're gonna. That's more than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right? You've probably guessed already. But if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone! Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without taking it up to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine with living here forever with Master. I meanwhile want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. I figure out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Makuro, and all the school's mysteries. That's a pretty freaking tall order. It's a Venti. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries. That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? Boop, boop, boop. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why? If the mastermind really is the one who killed Makuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma did probably murder Makuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that. But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part of this killing game. The mastermind is... Oh my god. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Makuro and you'll get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them? And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones who are still alive are the people standing right here. Need to continue or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us? You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate right, the ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. If one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active? Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret. I don't care how sneaky you are, that we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times. Then maybe Monokuma was an autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe. Still. Ding dong bing bong. This is a good announcement. You probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Pooh-hoo-hoo. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay? Gah-ha-ha-ha! How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms. The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway. At this point I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through me veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then, after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall.
Master, he didn't take me well done.
Do you blame him?
Well, that master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream. Or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye.
With that, Toko trudged out the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko? That's right. Which leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too. Wait, how come? Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Yahaha. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know. But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto! That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I must have been totally useless. So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Hee hee, tee hee hee, see you later. Tina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. Once again, it's just us two. Indeed. Smooching time? Smoochers? So you're gonna go on off on your own too, right, Kyoko? Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately. Now she's becoming Irish again. Just because we're going to do our searches separately, doesn't mean we can't still work together. Because for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right. Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check. Monokuma said all the doors to the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have any time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. Yes. Oh my god, this music. Reminds me of Sonic. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, Knifeu, which went completely through the body. He also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds. These were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. Headmaster's room, biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, on the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the moiter. This means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added to the truth bullet section. Thank God. I was about to start taking a note. Fuck yeah, this music. Where'd the body go? Huh? It's gone. Bakura's body. It's not here? Still just the 4 chickens. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that. Sprinkler control panel. Set to 7:30. Possibly couldn't have been changed. This area gets soaked by the sprinklers every day, right? It doesn't break the camera? Nice. Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. I better check. Didn't find anything even close to a dead body. It's not in here either. It must be. I have no idea where. But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in there. There's one other thing. That tarp. Tarp played a key role in the case, so I better look into it. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? Biolab. I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp in the corner of the tarp. It says Biolab. Then this originally came from Biolab? Tarp. It still makes absolutely zero sense that this pickaxe says Crazy Diamond on it. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck is Mondo's biker gang have to do with anything here? Unless Mondo was the mastermind and he didn't really die, because we really just saw him get turned to butter. But we didn't really see that happening. I saw him driving around in circles a lot, and then suddenly a pack of butter was there. Maybe he didn't actually die. Oh my god. Oh, hey, Toko. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were. What do you want? Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, not at all. I just thought maybe you found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not a single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have to have something right. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me my precious time! Calm down, Toko. Don't tell me to calm down. Look at these tiny little hands of mine. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless. Good for nothing! Nobody's gonna say that. Master Will. Yeah, I was about to say Master Will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why would anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm just gonna get going. Unacceptable! Bunch of wooden loggers. Found a clue as mastermind attempted to frame Kyoko. I can totally imagine Sakura. Oh my god. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Give me this. What is this? Suit of armor on display. It's extremely Japanese. It's extremely Nihongo. Why? Why's everything? The clues here, maybe I'll just fuck off. Okay, see ya. Bye, Toko. Jesus Christ. Get your shit together. Biolab. Where's the biolab? That's the garden. Shit. Here we go. It's the trashed classroom. Let's check it again. Might as well. Well, no. The room is covered in blood and kind of stands to look at it. Okay, nothing. Biolab time. Let's fucking go. Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Probably to keep the stuff fresh or whatever. It's like hide a body so it doesn't go bad. Tarp. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of these things lately. Sure have. Ugh, so cold. Why is it so cold? That's the first thing you need to figure out. Or icicles hanging from the monitor. There's a fridges, right? Some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. On the other side... What? Oh, these aren't glowing. Is this where corpses go? Some kind of weird machine built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. Oh, that's it. Seen in horror movies. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? So let's take a closer look around. Well, now I figured out why it's so cold. There's some kind of booklet here. Looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade pack. What? The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Is this the instruction manual for the fridge? Is there some kind of... How many are there here? There's 9. There's... Just a second. How many are dead? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn it, I thought there was going to be more. Oh, wait, that can't be right. Are we really this many people alive still? 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people still alive. 9 dead. Plus... Oh, right. Plus Mukuro. So these are the 9 bodies. There are 9 bodies stored here. And there's technically 10 people dead. The right hand lights are off. Looking around, I think I get it. Seems clear to me now. It's a makeshift morgue. Biolab secret has been added to truth bullets. And about those lights by each slot. Looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue. Not one of the victims is. Biolab lights. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing you can do with everyone who's died. That's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. Don't have any other option. Why am I not checking these to see if I can find Mukuro's body? Some kind of weird machine. Oh, is it blah 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 blah. Oh my god, all the same stuff. Who cares? Okay. Is that it? Leave the area? Sure. Head downstairs. Go to the Monokuma room. The Monoruma. Where is it? Fuck. Alright. Man, there's a lot. First we could check. Let's check the headmaster room. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it. It looks like the fucking president's office. But this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Oh, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. I should probably talk to him first. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? It's me, cock. What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. What's on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk? Class 78, student registry? Contains profiles for all of us, and Mukuro. Apparently class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room... That's right, it also mentioned class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there, along with hers, there could be no doubt Mukuro was a student here at the Hope Speak Academy just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. It seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. Why? Oh, that's just how that kind of paper tears, though. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled. This must have been in a hurry. Well, since you snuck in to get it, I'm sure... Wait, whoops. I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What? In other words, when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro than we still didn't have. What kind of information? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? Well, fucking give me it then. You're just telling me these things. It seems to be some sort of detailed report, but put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro... Oh, she's cute. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats. Close, but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir. When she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I'll be forced to take all reasonable measures. Didn't show any signs of wounds or battle scars, but wasn't her body covered in bruises and scars? Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there could be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why don't they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmasters seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was. What's wrong? What's wrong, Makoto? Huh? I seem to be lost in thought. But I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? Picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as part of our class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. Yeah, it says... 5'7", 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 32. They're called vitals? Well, what do you think? What do I think? Well, you're asking me, like, if she has a nice body? You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say... There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right? That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byaku's errand boy. Mukuro's profile has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Could it be... Oh my god. Oh, my jaws. They hurt from all this talking. Could it be that the corpse in the garden Nah, because it had a hand tattoo. I was thinking maybe the corpse in the garden was taken from the freezer room. And that's why it had the body stuffed inside it. Like, it was just like a pre-arranged body. Booby trap. And maybe Mukuro isn't actually dead. But... I mean, I guess the thing also said that she didn't have any scars. And the body we did find had lots of scars. So possibly it isn't... I'm starting to think it's not Mukuro. But someone else on the team... Someone else in the group was previously a member of Fenrir as well. And that's why they had the tattoo. But nothing would point to that. There's literally no one else with, like, soldier training. But that has been even remotely relevant. Looking at the hair, I guess it could be, like, Mondo. But with the hair down... that would be more muscular, I guess. I don't know who it would be. Moving on. Oh, one last thing. It's a bit of advice for me to you, so I just to pay attention. Advice for me? We'd be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her, huh? The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. Well, yeah, it almost got me killed once. What are you saying? That's what I think. Call it a hunch. Hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't. As you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. My god, my neck. It hurts. Let's see. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow make me feel anxious. Nothing important, I guess. Class 78, student registry. Apparently that's us. It has profiles of me and everyone I met at the beginning. And Mukuro. Just like us, Mukuro was apparently a new student here at Hope's Peak. Mukuro Ikosawa, part of the Ultimate Despair. What do you mean, part of the Ultimate Despair? This means her and the Mastermind should have been allies. And then, why would the Mastermind kill her? Aren't they friends? Oh no, not friends. That's the worst thing. No trophies and even a shield and display case. Is there fucking nothing in here? Oh, let's check the bookshelf back here. Bookshelf seems really well made and it's filled with files and thick books. I guess that's it. With the area? Sure. Time to go into the Monokuma room. Oh, hey, Hina. Ah, Makoto, you have to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door. So I figured, if all the doors in the school have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although I can't bring myself to open it. Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck, so you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. That would really suck. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Ah, wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the... Wow. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, wow, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi would probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then, could that mean? Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm just gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just do whatever or something like this. It was too late. Hino was already jabbing with the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hino, what did you push? I'm totally not sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? Take a look at the control panel. I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. We were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I'll probably better go check it out. Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now. So I'll just cheer you on from over here. Did you just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? How weird to just have Monokuma standing around. Hey! Grrr! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina? What? Oh man, busted, how did you know? Anyway, what's this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup. You don't even know what you're controlling? Well, I mean, I can't really see it. I can't really see anything from in here. Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it. Ah, man! Are you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it. And the control panel inside. Anyway, I guess that settles it. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was this just now? Monokuma. Huh, what do you mean? What you were controlling just now was Monokuma. Monokuma? What, for real? Yup. It looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. This room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words, no. Maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theories was right. But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true, it's a very polarizing approach. Something only the 16 students. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No, they can't be. There's no way, right? Yeah, I mean, we've been all of us together in the same room while Monokuma was being puppeteered. So it literally can't be anyone. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like the face you're making. Oh no, it's nothing. Okay. Ooh. What about you? Is everything okay? Oh well, it's just... It's the way the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they've set up traps or something? Can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not. So like, wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you wanna get going? Yeah. Oh, there's a hatch. What's wrong, Makoto? Let's try to get out here. Do you not want me to look at this fucking hatch? You're so sus right now. Do you have any idea how sus you're being? Click. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door is just locked in its own. What? Man shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma? Hey, no fair. You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like. It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room. As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now, you're being operated by someone in that room. Correctamundo! That doesn't make any sense! We were just in there, we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure as far as you could have been? Well, no, cause fucking they wouldn't let me. Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way! The hatch on the floor? Too bad, that was your one big chance. You blew it. Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Hoo-hoo-hoo, peace. Deuces! He's gone, but... Is he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there. In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then, when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault. Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. Now kiss me, you silly girl. That's one thing I'm good at. It's keeping my body moving. Fuck yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice. You've got me all motivated again. Okay, I'm out. See you later. Deuces! Hina took off with full sprint. And I have to do what I can too. It's the only way something. I hate when I have the right idea and then the game just doesn't want to let me do it. For no. It's like, yeah, I saw the hatch, but I couldn't fucking check it. That's so frustrating. Wait, where am I going? I'm looking for the... Was there supposed to be dorms in this room? That was like blocked off. Oh wait, can you only access... Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's the ones by the... Over here. Yes, yes, yes. Here. Yes, finally. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means that's do it. Oh my god. This place is shithole. This is the second floor of the dorms. It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something. Well, luckily there's not a whole lot here. Is this gonna be Mukubo's room? Bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Nice. Bathroom. Let's see. Open the door just a crack. Glanced inside. Immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom. Just a big pile of rubble. Well, this room sucks. There's nothing here. Fine. Leave the area? This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Wow, what a good guy. There is... This is a very nice bathroom. Holy shit, it's so clean. Literally nothing to check in there. Okay, great. Moving on. What is this? This room is filled with lockers. It must be Hope-Seek students who came before us. Class before ours must have used these lockers. I mean, we don't know that, but... There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really don't know what's inside, but there's no way. Money. Can't imagine a way to get this locker open. Not even gonna bother trying. This one. Wonder if I can open this locker. Rattle, rattle. Nope. It's a card reader. Must get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook. So does that mean? Well, just give it a try. Let's do the e-handbook. And then, no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it. Means none of us can do it. Unless someone here. Oh my god. What if Kyoko... What if someone here is from last year's class? So there's like a second secret student. Like if someone's a repeat student? Maybe we're a repeat student. One of these is probably going to open. Can't imagine I'm gonna get this locker open. I'm gonna try. Metal plates over these ones. What am I even searching? What about this one down here? I don't think that one's gonna open. That's money though. What is there? Anything I'm missing? Would have been pretty cool if one of them had opened. But no. No, no, no. Ooh, very nice room. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room, more like an adult atmosphere. It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko! I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh, a regret? I like this place. You wanna fuck? This is a very nice place to do it. Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Computer. There's a PC in the desk. Must belong to the headmaster. Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair. That's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know. The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair. That's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair. 5 people. Secret door? Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Some kind of design mistake? A construction defect? There's a gap here. But not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze? There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. An open space? Does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? You figure out some kind of trick or something? Very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. So a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up. But I don't have a clue what the password might be. All we know is that it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. You can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on. I looked through all this paperwork and the files on the PC, everything I could think of. Learn more about him then, I didn't decide to, but nothing that might be his password. I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. There's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what you meant by regret. I think we can assume there's some kind of clue waiting in there. Maybe more than that. Anyway. And if Kyoko... No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of. Or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that she would use her name as a password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. I don't mind if I try it, just to be sure. It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Try it out. Piss on me. Beat me. Okay. Bing bong. I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more. If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collect myself and turn to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... Beep. Kern. Shit. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked. Why? Kyoko? You okay? Look at me. She disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. A present? Hey, Kyoko! I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. Oh my god. A present wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. I better check out the suspicious present. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay. Be careful, Makoto. Why, you think it's dangerous? No, it's not dangerous, but surprising, probably. Huh? If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in here? Just don't scream or anything, okay? You're saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. It's probably gonna be a picture of us in the class, hanging out with our friends, because seemingly everyone here were... oh my god, whoops. Pull out my earplugs. Apparently we were all friends at some point. I took a deep breath and took a hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, lifted it up. Began to sneak away into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... screamed. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What's in the box? What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined? Just as I thought. What? What was in the box? Wrapped all nicely against the side. Human bones. Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones! Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him? What you found in the box? That is my bone daddy. Those bones. That body. That's my father. How do you know? Well, I guess she's a detective. Recognize his teeth anywhere. He's been cracked over the head or something. He's been murdered. Or at least, what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad. Hey, Mr. Kirigiri. I'm so... fuck. So bad at this. I'm not prepared. Can I marry your daughter? The same man she's been searching for. Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him? Given all the information we already have. That's the only possible answer.
So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now.
It's a very polarizing approach. I'm sure no one's ready to killing game. Only people, 16 students.
Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume. Most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely clam. Or no, she wasn't clam. She was only trying to seem clam. She said it with... She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point, she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? Nice. I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Nice. Hidden room present. She just said Kyoko's dad. A picture. Aww. That's so cute. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. No, it's not. What are you talking about? Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko! Check this shit out. Kyoko! Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free from the past. And yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? That was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her. Look at that little shit. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time. He must really cared about her. Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of me life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. That's really harsh. Photo of Kyoko and Headmaster. It's been added to Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Is there gonna be a card in here? This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. Take a closer look, but I don't think Kyoko likes some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Ne.
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then, here he goes. Checks her ass. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top, but all could find piles and piles of unrelated documents. He's pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
So.
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family's business, our legacy, instead he left it all behind. If he couldn't handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Alright. Let's check this one. Headmaster's desk. Was probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really wanted to check it out, but I don't really want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without permission. Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure? Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Checks boobs. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside and rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer is this, an e-handbook. Fuck yeah. Look what it says, in case of emergency. Knew it. I fucking knew it. Found some kind of emergency handbook in Headmaster's desk. A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we can continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko. I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? Yes. Suck my dick. You what? It was completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more. But could you leave? Huh? Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. Kyoko, we should fuck on your dad's corpse. Oh my god, that's such an amazing idea. I always knew you were nasty. I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad, how you're only connected by blood, not by heart or soul, but maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? Yes. If so, it's just a theory, a game theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry. Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Fuck. Is it really okay? Kyoko must have been in complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. Bones! To find out what happened. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster. Killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead.
Ha! The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s, and it's possible even likely someone in school right now.
But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means that mastermind's true identity is.
Boo, 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 it's a very... Oh my god, shut up.
15 of us met in the main hall. In the mail hall? That seems like a typo. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16, and including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Too bad, so sad. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So then why are there only 9 freezers being used? Instead of 10, there should be 10. So the ones still left alive are... me. Byakuya. Hero!
Toko.
Hina. And Kyoko. Only 6 people are still alive. So there's no question. Wait, no, there can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Okay. This seems like a good place to end. I feel like the investigation is going to wrap up next time, and then probably the trial will happen. So I'll do that tomorrow. And hopefully that'll be the end of the game. Otherwise, I'll just have to continue. It's no biggie. Yeah. So, I'll catch you guys later. Catch you guys tomorrow, that is. For the possible conclusion of Dongobongo Trigger Happy Havoc. See you all Starside.